Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we are doing the weekly for the sign of Sagittarius. Alright, Sagittarius, brothers and sisters, we're going to get right into it. My regulars know I'm of course a Sagittarius myself. Let's get right into your romance angel messages for the week. This could be the one. Beautiful. Make the effort. And soulmate. Wow, really nice, strong cards for relationships. Certainly prospect of a soulmate connection. All right, let's get this straight. There we go. Let's get your animal spirits out. Now, of course, this is a time-stamped video, Sagittarius, so you can go into the description and go to whatever section you want to go to or skip ahead to. All right, the forecasts or further on with the animal spirits, but we're going to pull them out right now in any case, Sagittarius, and see what kind of animal spirits you're walking with this week. They could be indicative of people that you're dealing with or energies that are coming in. Let's just see. We have Bumblebee, beautiful, a regular player in my readings. Bumblebee always shows up at least a few times during the week. Tarantula energy, which is of course fire. The bee is of course air energy. And then we have whale energy, which is water energy. All right. So let's get right into reviewing these animal spirits before we go into your forecasts for the week, Sagittarius. Of course, bee energy is air elemental. That's the alchemical symbol for air at the top of the card. For those of you who don't know it, the bee is a really beautiful personality to be around. Very creative. The bee is extremely hardworking and industrious and sociable. But the one thing the bee is absolutely identified with, and that is the feeling of democracy, democratic energy. The bee is a creature that works within a colony, right? An ordered system where everyone has their place, right? Everyone's purpose is important. And so the bee resonates with this kind of energy socially as well. This is the person who's going to organize the parties and make sure that everyone feels welcome, as it is included. It's just simply one of these, another air element animal spirit that is a real joy to be around. Now we have the tarantula, which is fire energy. And the tarantula is quite an interesting creature because the tarantula, if you've seen them in the wild, they're very still creatures. They can be very still and slow-moving creatures. We always think of spiders moving quickly, but tarantulas are very methodical. They sit and they watch. And so the tarantula animal spirit usually indicates being at the crossroads in life, right? And it really represents, the tarantula really represents Dharma, right? And so when we talk about Dharma, we talk about living a life that is absolutely true to our moral code, right? That's what Dharma is. So that means that in every aspect of your life, in every way that you conduct yourself, whether it be in your career or business or at home or in relationships, what have you, you are always conducting yourself or taking actions that are in line with your moral center. You don't deviate from that. You don't compromise that. Right? So this wouldn't be somebody who goes to work all day and is a shyster at work and then suddenly comes home and wants to be Mr. Spiritual, right? And that makes that excuse of, well, that's my job, you know. That's an excuse. So that's not living a life of Dharma, right? So it talks about a deeper purpose, prioritizing a deeper purpose, right? A bad habit may be sidetracking you from your deeper purpose in life or what you really should be doing. The tarantula comes in when it's time to remind you of these things. When you stray too far from what you should be doing with your life, right? When you perhaps are at a crossroads and there's a decision to make, that one decision may take you closer to where you should be going and in the right direction, and the other decision will take you in the opposite direction. This is all tarantula energy, this kind of fire. It's the potential of fire element energy, the potential of what your life could be, and recognizing that. And until you do that, your satisfaction will be very fleeting. And this is the message of the tarantula. Now, with the whale energy, we're talking about a deep, abiding strength here. The whale is a creature that can go very deep emotionally. This is, of course, water element creature. But what the whale can do is the whale can go very, very deep into the ocean where the pressure from the water above begins to be very, very heavy and oppressive and even dangerous to certain creatures. If you are not built for that kind of level of oppression, you cannot withstand it. And so this is the metaphor as well here with the whale. The whale brings in the ability to withstand a lot of emotional pressure, pain, tragedy, to be able to get through these moments in life, because the whale brings in this strength that can tolerate it, that can buoy your spirit up. This is a very strong emotional support that can come into your life in the form of a person or just in the form of energy that or a side of yourself that suddenly bubbles up. But certainly it can be a person who comes into your life and really kind of gives you that incredible support structure, strength, right, to get through what could be a very challenging and emotionally, specifically an emotionally difficult period. This could be a lover as well, providing whale energy. And certainly tarantula, it's interesting. Tarantula comes in because, yeah, you may be at a crossroads, right? Soulmate, this could be the one to make the effort. Some of you Sagittarius may well be at the crossroads of making a decision about how the rest of your life will go. And this is certainly involving an individual. I would say this is going to certainly be involving an individual and some sort of emotional connection with this whale energy. It's very, very... it's a very, very auspicious time in some of your lives, Sagittarius. Some of you are certainly about to really begin a whole new stage in your life, right? It's very beautiful. So let's get right into your spread. We're going to pull out anywhere from 5 to 8 spreads, 3-card spreads, forecast for the week, and see what's going on. Let's get right into it. 7 of Pentacles. Wow, death. And 5 of Pentacles. Oh, so some of you have very much been reevaluating a lot of your accomplishments. And I want to say that some of you Sagittarius, in response to reevaluating where you're at and really taking a long look at your life and the accomplishments you've made in your life up until now. Now, this is in the area of your money and career, Sagittarius. This is very tarantula energy coming in the sense is that you're really trying to decide, are all of these things I've been working for, are they really in line with who I am and what I truly desire for myself? And there's a lot of transformation that happens this week, right? I think a lot of the transformation with the death card, of course, this is scorpionic energy. This could certainly be some of you dealing with a Scorpio who's bringing about a lot of change in your life. But as a result of that, it's quite interesting. You do perhaps have a bit of a power struggle here with some people or individuals who are not happy with this change in you. They're not happy with this reevaluation that you've made, or perhaps just the fact that you are changing your outlook. And because of the transformation that's coming with that, some of the people that you have or groups or interactions you've been dealing with suddenly come to a power struggle, and it may mean leaving the group, Sagittarius. It may mean that as a result of some of these sweeping changes that you're making in your life, certainly tarantula energy is here, that you will have to go through a small period, I'm going to say here, or a short period of difficulty. All right, this is going to be a short period of difficulty while you sort of reshift your energies, you cleanse. You have death coming in, so there's certainly a cleansing coming in. And you're reshifting your energies back toward the dharma of your life with this tarantula energy. But with Five of Pentacles, there is just a bit of difficulty in the beginning, some growing pains. You may suffer some financial difficulties until this situation until you recorrect the road that you're taking, as it were, in line with this energy. Fool, Ace of Wands, and Queen of Pentacles. Again, interestingly enough, again, another situation about your career and abundance. The Fool, you're starting a new path. Some of you, this is a very new endeavor, Sagittarius. The Fool always represents you when it shows up in the reading, and it always represents a time in your life where you need to pay extra special attention and care, because you are about to embark on a path that is uncertain. This is a path you have not walked before, so this is a new path with new experiences. And so the Fool comes in to sort of remind us that you must pay attention at times like this. Ace of Wands can indicate certainly the beginning of a new relationship, Sagittarius, or a new business or a new venture of some sort that is very close to your heart. Okay, something that you're very passionate about. If it's a business, it will be in the field of something that you're very passionate about. It's not just sort of a case of just making money or punching the clock, right? You're starting something very, very new. This beginning is taking you into a new path for your life, Sagittarius. And I think this week you begin to see what this could possibly entail. Queen of Pentacles is coming in also to remind you that in the beginning, certainly if you're manifesting something that may include a business or a venture, the Queen of Pentacles comes in to remind us how much work is involved. She's come from nothing, and through blood, sweat, and tears, she's made her abundance around us. So she comes in to remind us how to nurture an idea, that you must nurture an idea, that you must work at an idea in order to bring it into fruition, in order to manifest it in this life. So it's quite interesting. You get all of the reaffirmation that you need this week, Sagittarius, about this new endeavor. It's certainly an endeavor that's going to be bringing abundance in. King of Swords, King of Wands, and Six of Cups. Wow. So this rarely happens, but it can happen. So this is interesting. You have met your match, Sagittarius. Some of you have met absolutely your match. You may be resonating with King of Wands energy, but your person is King of Swords, and you guys are really perfect for each other. Oftentimes we see King and Queen as a perfect match, but this can also happen here, King and King. And this is to indicate that usually we're talking about two alpha individuals, right? So when we have a King of Swords, a King of Wands, and Six of Cups, we're talking about a happy, really beautiful, like soulmate connection with two alphas. All right, and usually alpha type individuals rarely do well unless they're with other alpha type individuals. However, the problem with that is that alpha relationships rarely last. You have to be special alphas to last in another relationship. It's sort of just indicative of being sort of that type of personality trait. Here, what we see here is two evolved alphas who are able to find each other. This is example of a power couple. This could also be a power couple. This could be a heterosexual couple, or it could be a same-sex couple. It really doesn't matter about the gender. It is more about the dynamicism and the character type that we're dealing with, the personality type. And this is a really great love connection. And you guys kind of cement that this week. King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and Hermit. So some of you, some of you Sagittarius have, you've been living quite well. You've been having quite a lot of an abundance, right? Up until recently. But just recently, or maybe this week, something's going to happen that's going to feel like it's threatening that status and that abundance that you've worked so hard for. You're going to feel like really pulling away. Okay, you're going to feel like going into your hermit energy and really pulling away from everyone. Four of Pentacles can be a little bit paranoid, a little bit, certainly paranoid about material possessions, which translates into miserliness or greediness. But it's quite interesting. You certainly feel alone in this. You feel, you know, with that hermit energy coming in, you kind of feel like all of a sudden you're having to weather the storm by yourself, right? All of a sudden you're having to kind of like come up with, you know, the trump card in the situation to sort of fix it, you know, out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Everybody else is holding aces, and the only way you can, you know what I mean? It's like you're suddenly in this really awkward situation financially, and you're just like, wait a minute, I need to get away from everything so that I can clear my head and figure out what is going on here. It may also just mean that this is a time for you to get much more into your spiritual, or maybe even to redirect your life back into Dharma with that tarantula energy. It could be that this threat that you're feeling is as a result of you having slowly veered away from your moral sort of center, or your dharmic path, really, right? And I do mean dharma, not karma. Dharma with a D. Your dharmic path, it may be that you've been moving away from it to a certain degree, and now this sort of impinging threat to all that you've worked for is only just reminding you that, you know, some material possessions are fleeting, are an illusion, and perhaps you need to redirect your life back to where it should be. Knight of Cups, Temperance energy, and Judgment. I'm going to leave it there. This is going to be the last spread, Sagittarius, especially since you are coming up in your own forecast here with Temperance. Knight of Cups. Somebody's coming towards you with a cup of love this week, Sagittarius. And it is really like interesting because it really causes a release of guilt for you and maybe even for the other person. This is very much a kind of I almost want to say that this is like a situation that's come full circle, right? Judgment comes in oftentimes when we release ourselves from negative karma, when we release ourselves from doubt and judgment and guilt that we have been harboring. And it's almost as if this connection is coming forward with this cup that someone is coming towards you with, Sagittarius. It could very well be in the form of an apology. There may have been a lot of judgment here in this situation with this person, and they're coming in as a form of perhaps an apology to you, right? Perhaps as a form of reconciliation. And why I say that is because judgment has come up, and judgment usually indicates that someone in the scenario has begun to see a particular situation from different sides. They've taken a moment to look at something perhaps from your point of view, taken a moment to walk a mile in your shoes, as it were, and they begin to understand that there is no place for judgment or for blame. And this could very much be a reconciliatory sort of cup of love that somebody's giving you. Of course, the romance angels are clear with their message. Make the effort. And so if this has been as a part of a separation, Sagittarius, and someone is coming back into your life, they want to make an effort and they're coming correct. If you love them, if you've missed them, maybe now is the time to make the effort, because this could indeed be your soulmate or be the one that you should be with over this next period of time. It just requires you to let go of your own judgment, okay, of the situation that happened. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it there. This is your weekly September 15th to the 21st reading. I hope it did resonate with you guys. I hope you enjoyed part of at least some of these forecasts. Remember, this is a timestamp, so you can go in the description. You can go back to one of the forecasts to see or to review it again. That's for your convenience. But Sagittarius, you know how much I love you. Please like, subscribe, share. Definitely share the video across your social media if you enjoyed it. That really helps my channel to grow most of all. But for right now, I'm just going to say have a wonderful week, Sagittarius, and I'll see you for next week's weeklies on Sunday. Bye-bye now.